Hello friends, and welcome to the chapter 8 of the course Basics of Programming in C language. And in this chapter we will learn how to print an output on the console for the user. Okay, so in C there is a function known as printf. Okay, and this function is included in the stdio.h header file, that is standard input output header file, stdio.h. Okay, so when you include this header file, you will be able to use this function printf in your code, within your code. Okay, so we can use this function printf to print something on the user screen, and using printf we can either print constant strings or we can also print variables. So what is a constant string? These are just helping strings. Suppose you want to describe your output, what is contained in your variable, that you will do using constant strings. And apart from that also, sometimes you need to print some messages on screen. Suppose that you want to print an error has occurred, or you want to ask user a question. So all these things will be done using a constant string. So constant string means that you just pass constant string within double quotation marks, and whatever you pass in here will be printed as it is on your screen. Okay, now printf needs a format specifier to tell what kind of variable is being printed on the screen. So you know that variables are being printed on your screen. Now a variable is what? It is just a name given to the memory location inside your RAM. Okay, now inside your RAM the values are just stored in form of binary digits 1 0 0 1. So this form. Now compiler, how will compiler recognize that, how to interpret this value? Should compiler write 1001? Should it write the hexadecimal code? Should it write the decimal number that this binary code represents? Or this should be dealt as an ASCII character and then printed on the screen? So all this is told by the format specifier. Okay, so printf also helps to format the printed data by adjusting the width of the data, by padding the numbers with zeros or some other character if you want to pad the numbers, or adjusting the number of digits that are displayed after the decimal. So for floating point numbers you can adjust the precision, that how many digits should be there after the decimal. Now how to use printf. Okay, printf, the prototype of printf is as follows. First the function printf, and then the braces you have to use in every C function. While calling, you have to first name the function, then the braces, and then inside it come the arguments. So it has these arguments. First is the constant strings and the format specifier. Okay, constant strings will also be here, and format specifiers will also be here, and this is the list of the variables. So what happens is that C compiler will substitute the format specifiers with your variables in the corresponding order. Suppose you have there 3 format specifiers, 1, 2 and 3, and you have 3 variables A, B and C. So first variable will be decoded using first format specifier, and first format specifier will be replaced by the value of A. Similarly, B corresponds to second format specifier and C corresponds to the third format specifier. And constant strings and format specifiers, what is it is that constant format specifiers are included inside the constant strings only. So it will be like the sum of the numbers is, this is a constant string, example of a constant string, the sum of the numbers is equal to, and after that you will have a format specifier over here. Okay, and your format specifier will ultimately be replaced by the number, the sum of the numbers. Similarly, the number of employee is equal to, this is another example. Okay, now whereas a format specifier tells the compiler about the data type of the variable and to be printed on the screen, these are given within the constant strings, and in the actual output the format specifier is replaced by the value of the variable corresponding to that specifier. So format specifiers just act as placeholders for your variable values. Okay, so this is a list of some common format specifiers in C language. Like for integer variable you either use %i or %d. Okay, for character you use %c. All the format specifiers will begin with percentage, and one character will follow them. So the characters can be any one of these. I, D, C, F will be for floating point numbers, and double numbers, since double is also a floating data type, it is a non-integer data type, so it is also using the F, percentage F notation. Then string will be using percentage S, pointers for percentage P, and hexadecimal values percentage X. Now this is an example of printf. So we have declared a variable num which is of integer data type and it has a value of 20. Now we are using printf. The value of num is equal to percentage d. So the value of num, which is actually equal to 20, will be substituted in place of this percentage d. Okay, here you will get 20 in the output. So output will be like the value of num equal to, so this whole statement from here to here is similar to this statement, and 20 is substituted, which is the value of num. Okay, now another example. In this, the format specifier is placed somewhere between your string. So percentage c, the value of, so here instead of percentage c you should have ch. Okay, so this is the percentage c character. So the value of ch will be substituted with percentage c. So this is the a character, capital A character, which has come from here. Okay. So another example of printf. Now this is with the strings. So strings are nothing but constant pointers inside C language. Not only constant pointers, sorry. Strings can be denoted as constant pointers inside C language, and it should be null terminated. So that is what it is. A pointer is indicated by a star or asterisk operator just before the variable name. So char pointer name equal to Rajesh and then terminated by \null. So now we are printing this: hi percentage s, how are you? So the value of name will be substituted here in place of percentage s, and the value of name is actually Rajesh. So the output will be hi Rajesh, how are you? Now another example for floating point. Now this is a small correction. Instead of percentage d, it should be percentage f. So the number is equal to percentage f, and instead of, in place of percentage f, the value of num float will get substituted, and the output will be the number is 5.56. Okay. Now we come to escape sequences. Now what happens, friends, that we have studied so many characters like double quotation marks, okay, double quotes. Now these characters and percentage, these characters already have certain function inside C statements. Inside printf, if you include double quotation marks, that means that now you are beginning your constant string or ending your constant string. So constant strings are included inside double quotation marks. So your compiler, what will compiler will do, it will search for these constant strings. Where it begins, it will search for these double quotation marks, and where they begin, it will assume that your constant string has begun, and when it encounters another double quotation mark, it will assume that your constant string has ended. But what in this case, suppose I want to print my result this way: the capital of India is New Delhi, and I want to enclose this word New Delhi in double quotation marks. So does it mean that we cannot do this on C, in C? No, the programmers have already thought of an alternative. And what is the alternative? We will see. The alternative is that we can use escape sequences to depict New Delhi. Okay, what will happen if I don't have an escape sequence? The compiler will start from here. It will encounter the first quotation mark over here and second over here. So it will assume that your constant string has ended over here, but it will find some other character, so it will report an error. So what I do is I have an option of giving escape sequences. Escape sequences means that the character after the escape character, which is backslash, will not be treated as a, C character corresponding to that quotation mark, but it will rather be ignored and printed as it is in the output, just like a constant string. Okay, so this is being done to avoid any conflicting characters and help them to be printed inside the output. Now constant string, we have already learned that they are represented by prepending them with a backslash. Okay, and this is a list of basic escape characters. Backslash a is used to beep. Okay, so what it will do whenever it encounters a backslash a, it will just send a output beep to your speaker, to your default speaker of your computer. So a small beeping sound will come. Backslash b is for backspace, then f is for line feed. For new line you use backslash n. So by default your printf output is not appended by the new line. That means if you have two printf statements on two different lines, and if you don't have a new line printed in the first statement, the output of your second statement will just be appended in front of your first statement. Suppose your first statement is a word this, okay, and in your second printf you are printing a, so it will print just like this. If you want a to be printed on the next line, you should append backslash n to this. Okay, so in the statement where you are printing this, after this just add this backslash n, so it will have a new line over there. Similarly, this is for carriage return. For tab you use backslash t. For printing the backslash itself you use double backslash. Okay, and this is for how you have to print single quotations, double quotations, and so on. So this is the end of the first part of this video on console output. In the next part we will learn about console input also, and also about formatting your console output using printf only. So thanks for watching this video, and I hope you continue to watch basics of programming in C language.